Guys, I'm going back to my top 100 films of all time. This time we're doing 39 through 21. I'm saving the top 20 for last. So let's get started on this. Number 39 is The Most Dangerous Game. This movie, I watched it again last year, and it's such a good movie. I like that they actually used the sets from King Kong. I find that very cool. A good way to save cash. Going into the Planet of the Apes box set, it's the original Planet of the Apes. Classic Charlton Heston film. Love the movie. Just a great science fiction piece. I think this year one of my goals is to watch every one of these films again to see how I feel about the other ones. Rebel Without a Cause. I've always enjoyed this movie, although now that I've seen another one of his films, it's higher on the list. I think it surpassed this one, as this was the only James Dean film I saw before seeing the one I will introduce a little bit later. But it's still a good movie with a great cast. The Jazz Singer. I don't know how many times I've got to talk about this. This is a silent film everyone needs to see. It's almost a completely silent film, except for the singing, which is spoken. And it was the first time we had spoken words in a film. Now, there were sound effects before this, but there was never spoken word. So that's a really cool thing. Jazz Singer's a great movie. I think everybody, has got to give this a watch. And then go watch Singing in the Rain. And they're perfect together. Even the artist kind of falls in that. My lone 007 collection, although I do have the rest coming. So out of this, I got to go with Casino Royale. Casino Royale, I watched it one night, thought it was fantastic. Took my wife to see Quantum of Solace. Quantum of Solace is just not as good. Although Skyfall is good. Spectre's pretty good. And I just saw No Time to Die, and I didn't mind it. But Casino Royale is still my favorite out of the set. The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. Again, a movie that I rewatched this year for the first time in a long time. Still has a really cool impact. Great special effects. The backgrounds of the way the sets look for that era. It's fantastic. Just a really good movie. All right, The Birds. It was a really cool Hitchcock flick that I've. Out of the four in this set, a lot of them are in my top 10, all but one. I'm not a fan of Vertigo. That'll probably surprise people, but Vertigo doesn't do it for me. It's dull. The Birds, however, I like it. I've always liked The Birds. Great movie. And that creepy ending is the way where they drive away and they're just surrounded by birds. It was really neat to me. Saving Private Ryan. Another one that was the first time I watched this year, and I really enjoyed it. Just a Tom Hanks, a great cast, Matt Damon, a lot of people in this movie. It's a great war movie. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend this to you. Now we're going to go back to the Hitchcock collection here for Psycho. Psycho, the more I watch it, the more things I notice, things I didn't notice before. It's just a really well done horror film. And first movie that we ever saw a toilet flush in. Kind of neat to me. Halloween. Halloween came out in 1978, same year I was born. Still very impactful, still a great horror movie. I love this cover. It's a really cool cover. The others, not so good, but this one looks really cool. Star Wars, A New Hope. Again, the original trilogy is fantastic. The others, they have moments that are really enjoyable. But, I've got a lot of love for this film. And it's just great. The Shawshank Redemption. Now, this wasn't my top 10. And the only reason why it slid down is it's been quite a while since I'd seen it. I just got the 4K for Christmas. I'm going to give it a watch this year. And it may bounce back up. But I didn't think it was fair to keep it up there, and I hadn't seen it in quite a while. The Thing. John Carpenter's The Thing. I like this one. I even like the remake, which I might add it to the list because I love how those two flow together. Not really a remake, more of it's a prequel. But John Carpenter's The Thing is really good. Kurt Russell, just a really good claustrophobic feeling horror film in the Antarctic. Now, this is the film I was talking about earlier that has surpassed Without a Cause for me, that I think is a fantastic film. Giant. Giant is absolutely fantastic. James Dean is great in this. I mean, the cast, Rock Hudson is good in it. Elizabeth Taylor. I mean, there's so much to love about this movie. They say this helped influence the television show Dallas, and you can see that if you pay attention to it. If you've ever seen Dallas, because it's about old tycoons. And that it shows them family through the years. So definitely a good movie to watch. A little bit of horror here. Wolfman. Staying really close to the top 20. One was my favorite Universal monster as a kid. I've just always liked Lon Chaney Jr.'s portrayal. A new entry. Tremors. I didn't own this when I made the list last year, but I've always loved this movie. Fred Ward, Kevin Bacon, their chemistry is amazing. The monsters are cool. I mean, it's just a really good action horror hybrid that I enjoy. The Terminator, the original Terminator. I do like Terminator 2. I don't currently have it, so I am going to pick up a copy of that. But this one it is the best it's ever looked. I love this edition. I've watched it. I think I watched it twice last year, and it just holds up incredibly well. Island of Lost Souls. Bela Lugosi, Charles Lawton, Richard Arlen. Great cast, great makeup. Some of the people are not even identifiable in the roles that they played in. A very good telling of the Island of Dr. Moreau. Was banned, if I'm not mistaken, in some countries. And this was kind of a big deal when Criterion announced this many years ago. It never had a DVD release. It just ended up, no one ever thought it would ever come. And it came out and it looked glorious on Blu-ray. And I'm happy to have that. And this last film is one that really surprised me this year. And it's the reason it's sitting on the list. It was something I'd never seen. Didn't want to see it, didn't care about it, but watched it, fell in love with it, and it's definitely one of my favorite animated films of all time. It's from Pixar's Coco. Something about this just really delivered on a lot of different levels, and I really enjoyed this film. This was great. One of Pixar's best. But that is all for this list. Now, we will be back for the top 20. I'm going to post it tomorrow. So that's all I got for today, guys. Take care, and go watch a movie.